We're about an hour, 45 minutes away from the debate starting tonight. And when we left off in our last segment, we were talking about how Mitt Romney can remain likable to the potential voters. But, David, you said something interesting. You said, no. Likability not as important as connecting. So what I think that means is you need to develop a theme for your message that everyone can understand. So, Mallory, I kind of thought you started to paint yourself into a corner there. You said he needs to stand for something, but inherently, he's not an ideologue. He's a pragmatist. So how do you stand for something?
Well, he's a fixer. He's a fixer.
Okay, so he's a
fixer. He does stand for something.
Okay, so he stands for fixing a problem, but he's not necessarily an ideologue in how to go about fixing it. Here was my suggestion, okay? Here was my suggestion for a theme. It's the turnaround artist. I did it at Bain. I did it in the state of Massachusetts. I did it at the Salt Lake City Olympics, which plays upon your quality you mentioned, which is the fixer quality. What do you think? Does he need a theme, and would that be the right one?
I think it has to go beyond there. He has to create and show a sharp distinction between himself and Obama. And the distinction is really simple. Under Obama, you will have a nanny state. You will have your country and your life run by government. Under a Romney administration, the country will be run by the American people. And I will help fix it to get to that point. I have fixed it before, and you went through and gave all those ways he has. The Olympics, the Bain, a number of companies at Bain. I believe that's a simple message. He can't do his 59-point program, which he did once before. 59 points. I can't remember 3.
Right. I think he has to be careful. I think his audience isn't you, David. In fact, I would suggest if you're pumping your fist on your radio show this weekend, he did something wrong because his audience can't be the 4 of us. We're already sold. Look, we're going to vote for Obama. So what theme is the one that resonates with the independent voter?
You just hit one of the main points. He's already got the people that are going to vote for him. Those decisions were made going into the conventions on both sides. There's a smaller pool to draw from. Those are the independents, the undecided, some of the libertarians who are supporting Gary Johnson, for instance. So what he has to do now is go above this. Mallory's hitting a couple of key points, but his policies need to be one that shows that these are good policies for all Americans. It goes back to the rising tide lifts all boats approach, which says if I grow the wealth of the nation, if I solve the jobs crisis in large part, if I begin the snowball effect of bringing manufacturing back, of solving some of the tax policy problems, if I give you comprehensive energy policy, which is a huge sector for hiring, for jobs, for supporting communities. Think of coal, for instance. Entire communities are dying in West Virginia because of the death of coal. And the president promised that. So juxtaposition what I would do, which would give you energy at 4 cents a kilowatt versus green energy at 22 cents a kilowatt, and what it would mean to your families.
And I think you have to be careful, though, David, because if you get bogged down in some of these policies, and we're going to talk about that again in our next segment, but if you get bogged down, I'm afraid you lose the casual voter. It has to be distilled.
But here's a time thing that's important. He has 2 minutes to answer. You don't spend 2 minutes giving your answer. Right. You spend the middle minute, if you will, and the rest is whether you're fact-checking or rebutting the president. This is debate strategy. Fact-check Obama, give him the second sentence Obama never gives you, and then give your points and close by making sure you connect with them.
Right.